This drip line, I need to tie it in to a sprinkler here. So have you ever wondered if you can connect just one drip line off of a sprinkler head to water a pot that's not in your garden? Well, you can. And although if you ask a professional and somebody who installs sprinkler systems, they probably are not going to tell you that you can do this, because their job is to optimize your sprinkler performance, and that would involve giving your drip line its very own zone. They will never recommend mixing different emitters or spray heads on the same zone, because it does impact the effectiveness of the other sprinkler heads on that zone. So as long as you are going to take the steps necessary to adjust any other sprinkler heads on the same zones that may be impacted by adding something like this, then it's fine. You just need to beforehand see the coverage that you're getting, and then make sure after you connect this, make adjustments so you get the same coverage. And sometimes you don't have to do nothing at all. It really depends on how much pressure's on the system, how many heads you already have on the system, and how much you're gonna have this open. I just want to say that up front, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people commenting saying this is a horrible idea. I've never come across some garden that suffered because somebody did this, and it's being done all the time. So I'm going to share it with you today. So when it comes to adding a drip line to a shrub head, one of the parts you're going to need is this adapter. It's a single port shrub adapter, or a single port drip line shrub adapter. What it's made to do is this bottom part screws in where the sprinkler head would normally, and then the sprinkler head goes over here. So this part goes between the supply line and the sprinkler head, and you've got this port that then connects the 1/4 inch tubing. So to do the full job, you'll need a shrub adapter with the amount of ports that you want to have, the 1/4 inch tubing, and whatever type of emitter you want to have at the end of the tubing. So right as I start digging this up, appears the perfect example of why my videos can never be scripted, is because this is all wrong. When I see a sprinkler head that's going directly into PVC, and I don't know what year they, that this was a thing, because it was before the time I ever learned about irrigation. But technically, anything below grade, I don't make changes. But when I see something this bad, and I happen to have the part with me, I just happen to have the part with me because this little mobile bucket, somehow a swing pipe happened to be in there as well. And a swing pipe is what should be between the PVC and the sprinkler head. If you are working on your irrigation and you see this set up, run out and get swing pipes, or order them on Amazon. They're not super expensive. They're just maybe a couple bucks each, depending on how long you want. They come in different lengths. So this pipe right here can mean the difference between a repair that can cost a couple $100 or a repair that can cost a couple dollars. By installing these, it's like a little insurance, because this has some flexibility in it that the PVC will never have, and it creates a barrier that if something ever happens to this sprinkler head, if something hits it, kicks it, or whatever, lands on it, any type of impact, the shock will be absorbed through this, and this elbow will likely be the thing to break, and the PVC, the main supply line, will always be protected. Without this between the sprinkler head and the PVC pipe, anything that happens to the sprinkler head goes down into the sprinkler pipe, and the potential for damaging that main line, it's just not worth it. So this is a sprinkler head that's installed without a swing pipe. The sprinkler head goes straight into the white PVC. This is not an optimal setup. So I'm about to install the swing pipe so then I can move forward with the project I intended to do in the first place. So I'm going to go ahead and put the adapter on. This weren't in a swing pipe, and this is another place that would break really easy right here, and that's what I kept having to repair on the one that's next to the sidewalk. Before I put this in place, I'm going to go ahead and connect my tubing so I don't have to work in the hole. So when it's warmed up, it definitely goes on better. Sometimes if you don't have a heat gun with you, You can just hold this in your hand and kind of rub it between your fingers, and sometimes it gets pliable enough, but you just be patient, you'll get it on there. And once it's on there all the way around, past that little flare, then you know it's on good. Okay. So this is what it looks like. The single port, it pivots just like that. I do know that the sprinkler head's a little bit above grade, but I'm okay with that. I think that's going to be a bonus because it has a lot of plants that it needs to get over when it runs. So I'm definitely okay with that. So that's something to consider. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure this is turned the right way, at least so I don't spray myself. There we go. Just let it turn on for just a second, and then I'm going to turn it right back off so I can bury everything. So let's see how this one does. So we got the swing pipe on there, sprinkler running, nothing's leaking. And let's see how the emitter's doing. Looks like it's not on. This is a thorny bush. And there's the emitter coming off of the sprinkler right there. Yeah, that's a little better. There we go. So this is where it comes. There's the sprinkler head, and the line goes under the rocks, and it runs along the rocks, and voila, there it goes to the pot. And it's really a very easy job as long as you have all the parts you need and you don't mind digging. When the pipe is screwed straight into the PVC, it can't do this. So any little bump compromises the PVC or the bottom of the sprinkler. Something's just got to give. So that's the purpose of the swing pipe. This can get hit over and over and over and nothing's going to happen. And that is why it kept breaking, because not only was the drip line crossing the sidewalk, it was right next to a sprinkler head that's in a high traffic area, to where when somebody was tripping, if they tripped over the hose, they were likely to kick the sprinkler head when they were doing it, because I've repaired that thing 3 times in the last year. You know, this is not part of the garden maintenance service that I offer. I just do it as a courtesy now and then, because it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get when you start, getting below grade. It's just like I had to add the swing pipe to the, lesson learned. But anyway, that's why I save that for the sprinkler guys. This type of irrigation repair is not a routine service that I offer. Just need to remind my clients too that that's a job for somebody else.